Works and Transport Minister Rohan Sinanan says efforts will be made to allay the frustration of the Red Band Maxi Taxi drivers. Mr. Sinanan paid a visit to Citygate today after hearing of the 4-long protest action by the drivers this morning that forced commuters to walk a long distance to get to their destination after the drivers let out passengers at the entrance of the hub. The drivers protested over what they said was the deplorable state of the facility.
They do have some infrastructure challenges, especially when rain falls. The place needs some better grading and so, which we agreed to look into. There are some infrastructure, again, on the pavement in the area. We agreed to let the Ministry of Works use the pure unit to come in and bring some immediate relief to them.
Added, there's a larger issue at hand, namely formulating an effective management structure for the facility. President of the Route 2 Maxi Taxi Association, LINUS PHILLIP, agreed and said they're willing to work with PTSC to find a fair and efficient balance of responsibility.
Looking forward to it is something that I think the drivers will be glad to hear, to alleviate some of the problems that we have on the compound. A lot of people in Trinidad figure that Maxi Taxi men, we outside here and we want a free ride. But we are willing to do our part. And if we have a compound as large as this, what we are saying is that we are willing to do what we have to do in our share of managing the facility.
As it stands, the drivers do not pay any contribution for the upkeep of the facility. The Association of Maxi Taxi School Concessionaires says it's near its breaking point as the wait continues for payment of arrears by the state dating back to as far as 4 years. Speaking to TTT while demonstrating at Citygate on Friday morning, President Rodney Ram Logan said if the matter is not resolved in a short time, consideration would be given to disband the service altogether. JANINE Brown reports.
This 4 years challenge has been too long. We can't go no more. I think this might be the end of this system if this government continues. If they are serious about education, today is the day to finally put a stop and an end to all this havoc.
President of the Association of Maxi Taxi School Transport Concessionaires, Rodney Ram Logan. According to Mr. Ram Logan, drivers are, in some individual cases, owed as much as $50,000 by PTSC, with some having last been paid in July of this year. And the recent announcement by the Education Ministry that a check has been made to PTSC to cover the arrears is of little comfort to them, as it does not detail how much will be paid.
They send a check to PTSC. They send a check, but what does the check represent? What is the payment for? When is the period? I don't know that right now, and they need to explain that, because if they feel and think 1 fortnight or 2 fortnight pay is going to cut it this time, they are lying to themselves.
Education Minister Anthony Garcia later answered those questions during the question and answer segment of Friday's sitting of the House of Representatives.
The Ministry of Education has received releases from the Ministry of Finance to facilitate payments to the Public Transport Service Corporation for services received from the Maxi Taxi concessionaires. Over the last 3 days, the ministry has paid PTSC in excess of $4.7 million.
Nevertheless, the association says it intends to move ahead with firm opposition until each member's needs are met. JANINE Brown, TTT News.
And Education Minister Anthony Garcia has responded to Friday morning's protests by the school maxi taxis. He maintains the situation is under control. Minister Garcia addressed the issue during the question and answer segment of today's sitting of the House of Representatives.
The Ministry of Education has received releases from the Ministry of Finance to facilitate payments to the Public Transport Service Corporation for services received from the Maxi Taxi concessionaires. Over the last 3 days, the ministry has paid PTSC in excess of $4.7 million.